Hi friends, welcome back or welcome if you're new here. My name is Mali and welcome to my TBR prompt jar picks my February reads. I feel like it's been so long since I last filmed a TBR prompt jar video, but that's because January has felt eternal. I don't know what it is, but it feels like January has been like 6 weeks long or something. It's been abnormally long. I am so ready for a new month of reading, a fresh start to my reading because honestly, January has been good so far in terms of quantity, but quality has been atrocious, babes. It's been so bad. My first read of the year was a 2-star. I'm more than ready to start fresh with a new month and with some new books because my cart is full of new books. Up until here to down here, those are all books that I've acquired in the month of January. Do I have a book buying problem? Maybe. But do I care? No. I'm going to be doing 8 prompts as always. I feel really confident because as of right now, January 26th, I have 4 books left from my January TBR and I'm planning a little video with those 4 books. In any case, I'm probably going to have 1 book left from my January TBR. I am really confident to be picking 8 prompts again. Let's go ahead and pop this open. So satisfying. Okay, let's pick for prompt number 1. This one, a cover I don't like, Tuya by Claudia Piñero. I could go for this one because I do not like this cover at all, and I do want to read more in Spanish, so this one is a really strong contender in the Spanish market. This is like the pre-sequel to Claudia Piñero's Time of the Flies. Now, it's not marketed as such in the English market because you certainly don't need it, and I don't think it's translated in English yet. I read Time of the Flies last year and I didn't feel like I was missing out on anything, but I do want to read more in Spanish and I do love Claudia Piñero, and I think it's such a disservice to myself and to Claudia Piñero I've only read her books in English. I think that's so stupid. So I really want to get into Claudia Piñero in Spanish and read her books in Spanish. So we're going for this one, and this cover I absolutely fucking detest. I don't know what it is, but every Spanish publication house makes their books so fucking ugly. And like most of the books in Spanish are published by Alfaguara, this publication house. Who works there? I want to know who works in cover design because they should be fucking fired. What is this? Their spines did a huge revamp. Like, why are they black? Can they at least be white? Or like colorful or something? Give us something, girl. Also, I'm sorry, but this book looks just like something they did in MS Paint. They did this shit in Canvas in 2 seconds. Let's go for prompt number 2. A book in my 25 for 2025 list. I love this prompt. I think Pew is on my 25 for 2025 list. All right, so I'm back with my reading journal because I don't remember my 25 for 2025 list right now. Please excuse that I forgot about this book and so it's just floating in eternity because it does not fit on the layout. But oh wait, that's Salt Houses. I do have that one here. Okay, we have that one. What else do we got here? All right, so these are the 3 books that are on my 25 for 2025. I think I want to pick Pew by Catherine Lacey the most right now. This has just been calling my attention for a while now. I absolutely adore her writing style. I've read a couple of her books now, but I haven't read this one. This is actually such a huge 5-star prediction for me. This has such an interesting blurb for me because it's about this person who is racially ambiguous and genderless. So nobody really knows anything about their identity or who they are or anything like that, seeking refuge in the town's church. And so people start taking them in their houses and feeding them and just taking care of them, you know, Southern hospitality. But I think the person has a past that's catching up to them, could potentially put the townspeople in danger. I am familiar with her writing. I love her writing, and I really want to find like a 5-star from her. Because while I've enjoyed both The Answers and Biography of X, none of them have been like favorites, but I think this one could be it. I also remember reading the first page at a bookstore in New York City. Ever since, that page has been like imprinted in my mind. So I'm gonna read you guys like the first sentence or first sentences so you can get what I mean. It says, if you ever need to, and I hope you never need to, but a person cannot be sure. If you ever need to sleep, if you are ever so tired that you feel nothing but the animal weight of your bones, and you're walking along a dark road with no one, and you're not sure how long you've been walking, and you keep looking down at your hands and not recognizing them, and you keep catching a reflection in darkened windows and not recognizing that reflection, and all you know is the desire to sleep, and all you have is no place to sleep, one thing you can do is look for a church. Okay, yeah, no, that sounds amazing. I'm gonna go for Pew by Catherine Lacey. I really do want to read these two books, so I'm really sad that I can't fit all three books for this prompt. Let us go for the third prompt. Author name starts with the first letter of your name. My name is Mali, as you guys hopefully know, and the first letter of my name is an M. And I definitely feel like I have an author whose first letter is also an M. I feel like that's a quite popular consonant letter. First hit, I have Marissa Crane. This is the author of I Keep My Exoskeletons to Myself. If I pick this one, this will be a reread for me because I read this one, I think, on my Kindle a couple of years ago. I think 2022. I still think about it to this day, and it was like a dystopian with like found family trope, and I remember adoring it. It's broke my heart in two. I've been wanting to reread it for a couple of months now. If I don't have any more M's on my card, this is definitely the one I'm picking. Is this cheating? This is a book that has two authors, and the second author has the letter M. His name is Max Gladstone. I don't know if that's cheating. I don't think so. There's two authors in here. You know what? This book is gonna be on a video, so I could pick this one. It will definitely help me out if I do pick this one for my TBR and then I read it for a video. But let's keep looking. Another author with the letter M. This is Megan Milks. This was part of my December TBR. I started this one on my Kindle, and I kid you not, guys, the first short story was about this woman having sex with a slug, and she died. I'm laughing, but it was not funny. I was reading that shit at work too, bro. Like, I'm not sure that I want to pick this up, guys, because that was a little too much. That was a really strong start. That took me off guard. I'm not gonna lie. Anyways, let's keep look. Oh my god. Monica Ojeda. Miriam Taus. This is gonna be difficult. I already have a stack. Okay, let's keep looking. Mariana Enriquez. Shut up. I've been wanting to read this for the longest time, and I feel bad because it's an ARC copy. Alright, I took out all the books whose authors start with the letter M, and I have quite a stack. I don't know how I'm gonna narrow this down. You know what? I don't want to read this. I don't want to read this. I don't know what that was. I think the true contenders are these two. Like I said, I'm gonna read this for a video that I want to film in February, so it makes sense for me to add it to my TBR because it's like a no-brainer. I'll be reading this anyways for a video. I'm kind of nervous though because I know it's very sci-fi, and I'm not a sci-fi reader, but at the same time, non-sci-fi readers really like this one. Okay, no, I'm gonna go for this one. This one's also really, really short, and like I said, I'm gonna read it for a video, so it makes sense for me to put it on my TBR. Can't believe that we're on the fourth prompt already, but let's go for this one. Book with art on the cover. Okay, this prompt actually kind of confuses me sometimes because what is art? I definitely interpret this prompt as like art, like a painting on the cover. So is this a painting? This reindeer has a ribbon. That's so coquette of her. Is this a painting? Okay, guys, I am low-key starting to overthink this a little bit. I'm not sure that these are paintings. Like, they're definitely, I don't know if they're like famous paintings that are in a museum somewhere, but this looks like a painting to me. This looks like it could be a photograph, like a really artsy type of photograph. I don't know, but then this is definitely like a drawing, like a painting of a cocktail. And there's also Blue Sisters. These are paintings, and I think those are the characters in the book. I'm gonna go for Death Takes Me by Cristina Rivera Garza. This looks like a painting. I've been meaning to read this, and oh, this goes on sale February 2025. I'm so gagged that I got an ARC copy of this. This is Cristina Rivera Garza. This is the author of Liliana's Invisible Summer, which you guys may already know or heard about that title, but just in case, it's a memoir type of investigation where our author is telling the story of her sister's femicide all the way back in like the 80s, 90s when that word wasn't defined. And I actually have no clue what this is. I saw it in Cristina Rivera Garza and I'm like, please give it to me. I need it. All right, anyways, existential crises about book covers aside, let's go for the fifth prompt, which is gonna be, oh my god, I think I have like so many in here. The last book I bought. So the last books I bought, these two books. And these are two very different books. This is Stoner. This is a 5-star position for me. I think I'm gonna adore this book because it sounds perfect. It sounds like the type of book that I love, and I quite like the New York Review edition books. I know that we follow this very lonely and solitary English professor, but then I also have Carmilla by Joseph Sheridan Le Fanu. I did see Nosferatu quite recently. Yes, why do you ask? I bought this edition because of the cover and because I know that Carmen Maria Machado introduced this, and I think she has footnotes, but I forgot that this has illustrations. Oh my god, this is gorgeous. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna go for Carmilla just because I am obsessed with Gothic literature right now. Not that I've read so much of it, but like I saw Nosferatu, I want more of the same vibe. I want more Gothicness. I want more vampires. I want more blood sucking. I want more passion. So I'm gonna go for Carmilla. I also love the fact that this is about two lesbians. I love gay shit. So I'm gonna go for this one. Okay, let's go for the sixth prompt. A book you've been avoiding. I've been avoiding a lot of books. I was looking at my cart and looking at books that I've been avoiding and really thinking about why I've been avoiding them. And I'm gonna go for Milkman. I've also just read the first page and I want to keep reading. So Milkman is a book that I bought last year in New York City. I bought this at a bookstore, at this beautiful bookstore, secondhand bookstore in Brooklyn. It's called Leaves in 140 Nassau Avenue, Brooklyn, New York City. If you guys are in Brooklyn and you guys don't know about this bookstore, please go. It's a stunning bookstore. But I really wanted a book from that bookstore as like a souvenir. That was my reasoning to buying a lot of books. I wanted to have a book from every bookstore as like a souvenir. And so I got this one, not really knowing what it was about, not really understanding much of the blurb because it doesn't really say much. But then I find out that this is about the Irish Troubles, and I got a little scared by that because I don't know anything about the Irish Troubles. I have a vague understanding, but not anything in depth. So that definitely intimidated me after I bought the book. And so ever since, I've been looking at this book and I'm like, I don't know why I bought that. I don't know when I will get to that. So I've been avoiding it. And I just put it on my TBR card just for funsies. And so I think now I have to pick this up because I was just reading the first page and that enticed me. I want to keep reading. Would have read more if I wasn't filming. But I'm gonna read you guys the blurb because I don't know anything about this book. In an unnamed city, middle sister stands out for the wrong reasons. She reads while walking, for one. Oh, I love that for her. And she has been taking French night classes downtown. So when a local paramilitary known as the Milkman begins pursuing her, she suddenly becomes interesting, the last thing she ever wanted to be. Despite Middle Sister's attempts to avoid him and to keep her mother from finding out about her maybe boyfriend, rumors spread and the threat of violence lingers. And I just read the first page and this guy's like 38 and she's only 18. And she wants nothing to do with him, but people are spreading rumors about their so-called romance. I'm intrigued. I'm gonna pick this up. I don't know why I was so intimidated by this. Oh my god. So we're on the 7th prompt. I always get so sad when we're almost done because I could go picking for hours. New to me author, just so fun. There's so many authors here that are new to me, so it's almost like a free pick. I love this. I love this. I love this. I'm gonna go for Anne DeMarkin for new to me author. Bought this one a couple months ago and it's been staring at me ever since. I actually have a video idea of this book, so I think it would be wise to tick off a book that I've been wanting to read for a long time, an author that's new to me, and a book that I'm going to be reading for a video. I think it's very, very smart that I'll be ticking off at least 3 boxes with one book. All I know about this book is that this woman is a zombie and she's perpetually in a limbo or something like that, and she's looking for something that she lost. And it sounds beautiful. It sounds so introspective. It sounds like it's gonna haunt me for months after reading, and I am so excited for this book. So I'm just gonna put it on my TBR. All right, so we have 7 books on my TBR. We are gonna pick for the last book. I'm really hoping for one that's really exciting. Under 100 pages. I'm not sure that I have a book under 100 pages like anywhere in my room, actually. I don't think I do, but let me check. 165. This is 200 pages. 180. If you guys have any recommendations for books under 100 pages, definitely let me know because now I'm very, very curious to know what's out there that's under 100 pages and that's really good. Definitely don't want to take this prompt off the jar. I think it's very, very interesting, but I don't have any books under 100 pages in my TBR cart, and I don't think I have any in my room. But let us repick for prompt number 8. A book published this year. Okay, so this is definitely like an art copy type of moment. So I have 3 art copies on my TBR cart. This is March 4, March 11. And this is already been published. This is January 14. A girl can get in almost anywhere, even if she can't get out. An electric debut novel about the daughter of Afghan refugees and her year of nightclubs, bad romance, and self-discovery. A portrait of the artist as a young woman set in a Berlin that can't escape its history. That sounds really good. I also saw some reviews for this one after it was published, and it definitely piqued my interest a lot more. I also really want to read this one just because it was already published, and I want to be better about my review copies in 2025. I definitely have said yes to a couple of review copies, and then I never get around to it. So I'm going to go for this one just because it was already published quite recently and I do want to read this. Like I said, I'm going to go for Good Girl by Aria Arbor. If you guys actually read this, let me know how you liked it. So that is my stack for February 2025. I am so excited for all of these books. Obviously, I say that every single time, but I am generally so excited for these books. These books just sound like so good to me. If you're just watching me for the very first time, definitely subscribe. I will be reading a couple of these books in February vlogs coming very, very soon. And just like reading wrap-ups and all that, I definitely want to be better at reading the books on my TBR. So definitely gonna try my damn hardest to do that and not sway too much for my TBR. Please let me know what you guys are gonna be reading in the month of February. Do we have any books in common maybe, or if you read any of these, let me know as well. Did you like them? Did you not like them? If you guys have watched into this point and don't know what to comment a jar for my TBR jar. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me today, and I'll see you very, very soon. Bye.